In the not-too-distant future, many things will be different. On the other hand, some things will remain forever the same.
Guess what? Our teacher assigned us a report where we have to look up things and write about it.
Ours did too.
A library report. I've never done one before. Have you?
Nope.
Sounds hard.
Not for me.
Oh? What are you gonna do? Quit school?
Nope, we just had our house converted to a teledome.
Total computerization?
Yeah, and I bet I can get the central processor to write the whole paper for me.
Lucky.
Yeah, you want to come over and see all the new hardware?
Nah, I'm supposed to go home.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.
Kingpin, it's Beverly. Open up.
Afternoon, Beverly.
Kingpin, product order. Order 1. Inspection 246. Enter.
It's on the way.
Hey, Kingpin. I've got a good job for you. Is this word processor interfaced with you?
Sure thing. I control everything in your house now.
Good. Okay. Let's see.
Beverly, I'm home.
In the den, Dad.
Excuse me, but are you the same Beverly who once said, "I will die before I ever use the word processor"?
Oh, don't hassle me. I have to write a library report, okay?
Okay, I'm delighted. Be my guest.
Okay. Now, what I want is for you to write me a 4-page library report.
Sure thing. What is a library report?
Don't get funny.
I never get funny. Not very funny, anyhow. I've only got a level 3 sense of humor.
Well, what do you mean, what's a library report? You're the computer.
Well, most of my memory is loaded with, you know, handy household cleaning hints. Now, if you had some new data...
Oh, that's right, I do. Our teacher gave us instructions on a video pod. Where can I load this?
Oh, the processor's fine. Is that your teacher?
Yeah, you know what to do now?
Hi. A library report is a written report based on library or other research.
That's it. Now go ahead and write it. Write it on history or something.
Say, hold your horses there. You can't just say your subject's history. You have to narrow it down.
Well, you can do that. Do I have to tell you everything?
Somebody has to. I'm a computer kid. I can't think of things out of thin air. Research and writing require creative thinking. That's something you have to learn and practice.
I don't need to learn it. I'm not going to get out of school and get a job writing library reports. Nobody does that in real life.
Well, good gravy. Sure, people don't write library reports. They write real reports. For many, many jobs, you have to do research and tell other people what you found out. In fact, you have to do research to do almost anything. Didn't your dad do research before he bought me?
Yeah. He read a lot of magazines and books first.
And how'd he find that information?
I don't know.
Well, that's what research is. Finding and organizing information and then thinking about it.
You sound like my teacher.
Well, I just read her video pod, didn't I? Now, let's get to narrowing down your topic to something that will fit into a little 4-page report. What in history do you find interesting?
Nothing.
Nothing? But you're supposed to pick a topic that interests you. That way your research will be more interesting. What does interest you?
Space. I want to go to the moon, to Lunarama Fun Park. Absolutely everybody's been but me. Dad's been trying to get shuttle tickets, but there's a 1-year waiting list. Can you believe it?
Yes. Let me see. The moon. Space travel. There's something on the history of space travel, perhaps.
Sure, that can be my topic.
Nope, still too broad. Got to narrow it down a little more.
How?
When you think you have a suitable topic, it's a good idea to read a short encyclopedia article to get a general feeling for the subject.
Oh, all right. But when I get this narrowed down enough, I want some real help with this. Now, let's see. I know we've got an encyclopedia somewhere. Okay, I'm done.
What did you find out?
Well, there was some stuff on different space stations, and there was some neat stuff on the first moon landing. They went in this real tiny spaceship.
Now that sounds like a topic that might be about the right size.
A paper just on the first landing? Can you write enough on that?
The next step is to go to the library and see what sources you can find.
Library. I have to go to the library?
Well, if I'm going to write, I'm going to need information.
Okay, I'll go tomorrow. But this is not working out the way I planned. Morning, Kingpin. I need to know something before I go. Do you have an internal power source?
Fetch your boots. Deluxe, all the way.
Good. Then you're going with me.
Beverly, don't do this. I'm Kingpin, the head honcho, the main brain. Your house will go nuts without me.
Look, you. Dad gave me priority 1. You have to do whatever I say. So shut up and do it.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. The house will be a shambles without me. It's going to be a long day.
You're going to get all the information in this library for me.
Ooh, what a lot of data. But there's nothing on the first moon landing.
Don't give me that.
Can I help you?
I'm trying to get this processor to get me information on the first moon landing, and he won't do it.
It's not his fault. That flight took place a long time ago, and that information wouldn't be stored in the electronic file. It will be mostly in book form in the stacks.
Books?
Mm-hmm. Just look under your topic heading in the card file, and when you get your call number, I'll tell you where to find the books.
Books? How long is it going to take you to read all these?
What do you think I am? Human? I can't read that.
Are you serious?
I can only read from compatible RAM or magnetic media, kid. Now, if you want to sit and input this book word by word on a keyboard, then I could read it back to you.
This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to get information out of these?
You read it and take notes.
Take notes? Actually write? By hand? On paper?
Sure. Or on index cards. That's how library research is done, even in modern times. Okay, this is where you have to be organized. Use a good system for taking notes. First, be sure you make out a separate bibliography card for each source you use. Put down the author's name, the title, the publisher, and date of publication. Also, when you take notes, put only one note on each card. That'll make it much easier to shuffle ideas around later when you're ready to outline and write the paper. And for each note card, put a code number or letter identifying your source. And put the page number you're taking the note from.
Anything else?
Well, just one more thing. I could tell you how to skip reading most of that book.
Okay, how?
Well, you look in the table of contents and in the index under your topic. That helps you zero in on chapters or pages that deal just with your topic. And you can skip the rest.
You know, that's the first good piece of advice you've come up with.
Kingpin, what's going on? You lost your ram? Hello? Kingpin, what are you doing?
Uh-oh. Hi, Dad.
You took Kingpin out of the house?
Yeah. Dad's making me pay for his shoes out of my allowance.
Don't look at me. You should have asked permission to disconnect me. The poor doozall almost lost its mind.
Well, I don't know why I took you with me in the first place. You didn't do a thing for me. I had to do everything myself. Hey, will you stop messing with that thing and write my paper now?
What? You've only looked at one source. That's not enough.
It's enough for me. I'm inputting my notes right now.
There are several reasons why you should check more than one source. Sometimes
Kingpin, give me a break. Kingpin, let go of this processor.
But Beverly, you have to do a bibliography for your paper. What sources are you going to list in?
Okay, I'll go back to the library. You got any ideas about where else I should look?
Does a duck have feathers? You ought to check magazine articles by looking up your topic in the Reader's Guide to Periodical Literature. The guide to newspaper articles is called Facts on File. Then there's just a bunch of special indexes to cover almost any topic you can think of. Indexes to short stories, to writings in the sciences, an art index, a music index.
I don't need a music index for this topic.
Oh, sorry, got carried away.
Hi, how's the research going?
I think I've looked up everything in the library on going to the moon. It's pretty interesting, though. I mean, it must have been pretty exciting when they first started.
Oh, yeah, I had a thought about that. What about talking to Mr. Statler down the street? I mean, he was one of the original moon miners, way before they ever thought of Lunarama.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be great to hear about that. But that's not really research, I guess.
Pardon me for butting in. That's one of the best kinds of research. Where do you think people who write books get their information? Mostly from talking to other people.
Gee, do you think he would? I'd really like to thank you for letting me come over.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Beverly. Now, where would you like to start?
Well, what I really want to know is what it was like when people first started going to the moon.
Well, first of all, we all went up in the old small space shuttles. And remember, now, there was only one space station back then. You know, that little old space station just always seemed to be in need of repair. Always something going wrong in those early days. Well, now, I don't know how I did it, but I got the top off this gallon container of grape juice. And remember now, we're at 0G. Well, there are little blobs of grape juice floating all over the cabin. We're all ducking and dodging, trying not to get hit. And they're just floating around every place and hitting on.
Boy, that was great. Mr. Statler really gave me a feeling for what it was like. As soon as I give you the stuff, you can write a really great paper.
Writing isn't the next step.
I know it seems unnecessary, but be sure to make an outline before you start to write.
Will you stop showing me reruns of my teacher? We'll skip that step, okay? We don't need it, okay? We'll just write whatever comes up first.
That'd be pretty disorganized, wouldn't it? Pretty hard to understand.
Fine. You make an outline if you want one.
Well, now, Bev, old girl, making an outline from a bunch of notes is another one of those jobs that a computer just can't hack.
If I ever find out that you really can do any of these things...
Oh, don't be so suspicious. I'm just asking you to arrange your notes in some logical order. You have to decide what it should be. Come on, just run through your cards once. Look for groups or categories. Think about different ways you might arrange what you have to say.
Okay, but this is the very last thing I am doing on this paper.
Beverly, let your friend Heather to see you.
Okay. Hi. Playing cards? No, I'm still working on this library report. I thought your Intellidome Superbrain was doing it for you. Well, he's only a computer. He can't think of things out of thin air. Research and writing require creative thinking. Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's right. How are you doing on your report? Well, I decided I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm going to copy 4 pages of stuff out of a couple of books.
What? There! I wouldn't copy anything, except for short quotes, of course, and then only if you use proper footnotes telling exactly where you got the quotes.
Well, how about this, Mr. Brain? If I don't use quotation marks, and I don't use footnotes, who's going to know I didn't write the words myself?
Oh, your head's on anti-gravity, kid. Your microchips are loose. You don't think your teacher can spot the difference between a kid's writing and a professional writer's writing? You think your teacher hasn't already read a lot of the books you'll be looking at? And let's don't even talk about the fact that it's flat out illegal to copy someone's writing without giving them credit. It's infringement of copyright. Right? Just a friendly word. Do whatever you want. But don't come crying to me when you get nailed to the wall.
He's helping me do your paper? Well, sort of. How can you stand it? I hope my parents would never get one of those. Well, he was probably right about that copying thing, though. Yeah, I suppose. I gotta go. I think I have some more work to do. Okay, see you later.
Okay, now I've got it all figured out. I'm doing it mostly in chronological order, except when I compare the little Apollo spacecraft to the modern moon shuttle. Now, if I give you all my notes in the right order, then give you all my sources and all that kind of stuff, then you can write my paper, right?
Well, to be completely honest, no.
Oh, you no-good sneaky cannibal, I'm gonna...
Don't you dare! I'm worth 917.23 international credit dollars.
I knew it. The whole thing was a setup. Dad programmed you not to do anything for me.
No, he didn't, Beverly. It's just that writing a report takes all kinds of creative decision-making. You have to make up sentences about your notes, build paragraphs, connect the paragraphs, put all this information in your own words, decide what to keep and what to throw out. And you have to write your own thoughts and feelings about what you found in your research. Your own opinions can be just as important as the facts. I can't think of opinions, you know. Only humans can do that.
If you have so much trouble thinking of ideas, how come you can think of so many reasons for me to do all the work?
Yeah. Well, that's dramatic license.
I'm really going to have to write this paper myself, huh?
Well, that is the point, isn't it? You have to practice writing to get good at it, just like anything else. Come on, you've done the hard part. Writing takes much less time than researching. Just follow your outline.
I might as well be living in the Stone Age. Heck, this would have made more sense if I had said it before this part.
So move it. You almost always have to make changes in your first draft. That's part of writing.
Okay, give me that page 2.
All done?
Yep, I just finished my bibliography.
Yeah, but you didn't put your sources in alphabetical order.
Kingpin, you're making me crazy!
Now, hang on, hang on. I was just going to say, alphabetizing is one of the things I'm great at. That I can do for you.
Oh, thanks.
Anytime.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Hi. Bev, what would you think about taking a trip to Lunarama next month instead of next year?
What?
We can get a ride in the crew compartment of a supply shuttle, but we need to pass an EVA suit test to prove that we can use a spacesuit in an emergency.
Well, how do we do that?
Excuse me, Beverly, but it so happens that you know how to research anything you want to now. What's to stop you?
See you later, Dad. Pressure release valve. Intake valve. Range finder. Power gauge.
Come on, Bev, you ready? The shuttle's not going to wait for us.
I'm ready. What did you decide about Kingpin?
Oh, I think it's okay. We can shut down the house while we're gone.
What? What did who decide?
You're going with us.
What? Absolutely not.
Come on, I'll help you. You'll love it.
I won't love it. I'm a domestic model. I'm not designed for extraterrestrial work. Well, I'm not going to argue because I'm not going. When that rocket takes off, I will not be on it. Will you listen to me? It's scary out in space. What about solar wind, solar radiation, cosmic radiation, meteors? I don't have zero-G gyros. Oh.